Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Natalie Candela. I'm a hypnotherapist, transformation coach, and a spiritual teacher. And this is a video of one of my sessions. But today I would like to do something different. Those of you that watch my session videos on this channel know that usually they're edited. I edit them to get rid of all the pauses, at least as much as I can. Perhaps to get rid of some repetitions when people kind of keep saying the same thing, just to condense it so that you have the full story, but in as short a time as possible. Today, I want to do something very different. I'm posting a completely unedited session, so you will get the recording of everything from the time I started recording to the time I ended. And the reason I'm doing it is that I thought that this session was rather interesting. It was interesting to me. I often have people asking me, is everybody hypnotizable? Do you succeed in every session? And so this session will addresses those questions, because as we start the session, the client has a very difficult time going into a trance. In fact, it takes a very long time to get her to experience anything at all in the trance. And usually I give it about an hour to really work with the client and try different things. And then I make a decision to keep going or to stop. In this case, I did not stop. I kept going. I didn't know whether we would, have a different outcome than what we were having for the first hour, but we kept going. And we eventually do get to a level of trance that allows her to have a full past life experience. However, it was not until an hour and 20 minutes into the recording that she begins her past life journey. And so what I thought was interesting is that you get to see sort of the background of me working with a client. So usually I would cut all of that out, and usually I just present the story to you, the juicy stuff that's interesting. But everything that led up to it, or all the struggles that we had, I just get rid of them. But I thought it would be fun for you to kind of see a journey, and to see that even a person who was really was not going there, or was having a really hard time getting anywhere, was able to make that transition and have a really powerful experience. So of course you can skip the hour and 20 minutes of it and get right to the story, and I'm going to put the timestamps in the description below of when the actual past life starts. But if you're interested in seeing the transition and actually seeing what I do on my end to get the person there, then you can listen to the first hour and 20 minutes of it. And I'm hoping that you will see the difference in how the person responds when they are not in a deep enough trance, and then when they are, because you will probably notice that once she was fully in her past life, she was able to give answers before I even finished saying the question. Like, she was already so there, it was obvious to her what the answer was. Where if you listen to her at the very beginning of the recording, she's basically getting nothing. So this is a really good answer to people that say, well, how do I know if I was making it up? How do I know that it wasn't my conscious mind? Well, this session will give you experience of the difference, because when it was her conscious mind that was constantly trying to come up with answers, there was actually nothing there. And once she got to the point where she was in that reality, there was no questions. She just knew what the answers were. And so it's just a kind of good contrast of the experiences, so you can see them side by side. Another interesting thing is that when people come out of the hypnosis, and this was a QHHT session, so she was actually under hypnosis from the very start, when she closes her eyes to the time she opens them. It was a full 3 hours. The recording itself was 2.5 hours. It's 30 minutes of me actually putting the client under. I don't usually record that. And I always ask clients how long they thought they were under. And that tells me how deep their trance was, because when you're in a deep trance, you lose time. It sort of gets distorted. And you always feel that the time is shorter than you actually spent under hypnosis. So when she came out, and it had been 3 hours, she said that she thought it had only been 1 hour. So she definitely did go into a trance. So that's another confirmation. So I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope it will give you some insight into how I can work with people who are having a difficult time getting there. And also, I hope it gives you an answer, is everybody hypnotizable? So enjoy it, and I'll see you after the session. Bye. I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see below you, or the very first impressions that you get as you reach the surface.
I don't see anything.
And just become aware of the sensations that you have.
I feel the same.
Safe?
I feel the same.
Okay. Now, do you have the experience of drifting off of the cloud?
Yeah, I felt like I was drifting.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the cloud, I felt like I was surrounded by whiteness, and now I'm surrounded by blackness.
Okay. And how does it feel to be surrounded by blackness?
I feel frustrated.
Okay. Do you have a sensation that it is holding you back from reaching somewhere?
Yes.
Okay. So how about we return back to the cloud for a moment? Or back to that space where you're surrounded by that light, white energy. As you pull back up, do you have a sensation?
I'm seeing more lightness,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I've lost where I was.
It's all right. You don't have to go back to the exact same place. So as you feel more lightness, we're going to just ask and direct you to go to the most appropriate time and place that is all right for you to look at and experience and examine. And you will just see yourself being gently directed or pulled with your permission and with your intention to the most appropriate time and place, and without any expectations, as you hold the intention of reaching that place and time. You may begin to experience a shift in your sensations, a shift in your awareness, a shift in your experience. It is almost like the scene is changing in a movie, or the picture around you changes. You may experience a shift in light, in sensations, as your awareness expands and something new comes to your attention. And just tell me the first thing that comes to your awareness, or the first impression that you're getting.
I see a sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain. It's almost like a sunset.
Uh-huh. Are you looking at it from below?
Yes.
So just become aware of what is around you.
I can't see anything.
Okay. And remember, you don't have to see. You can just know or sense. And you can keep observing the sunset as you're just becoming aware of the sensations around you. How does it feel to watch the sunset?
That's pretty.
And what kind of colors are you seeing?
Kind of faded to black now, but it was pinks and yellows and puffy white clouds. Now it's black.
Mm-hmm. Is it complete darkness,
Yes.
or are you still observing?
No, it's darkness.
And as you enter this space of darkness, darkness can be a block, but it can also be unlimited potentials. It's that place before creation, that place where potential of everything lives. So as you enter into this space of darkness, what do you sense or experience?
I sense nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I'm looking around and there's nothing.
Exactly. There is nothing there that is created yet. This is a place of awareness, not of things that you can see. So if you try to use your vision, even if it's inner vision, you will not see anything.
Can't.
So allow your awareness then to expand. Allow things to become known to you, to come into your understanding as you let go of the need to see things around you. Just become aware of how you feel and of the things that you become aware of. Why are you here in this place? Allow a knowing to come to you, a thought to come to you, and just tell me what it is.
I feel like my consciousness is stepping in.
Right. And so we're going to ask it and tell it right now to begin to count from 1,000,000 backwards, one by one, slowly. Sit down in the corner and just begin to count. And when you reach 1, you're going to begin to count backwards, back to 1,000,000. There's nothing else you need to focus on except that. That is a very important task, and you need to give your full attention to that while I speak to Beth. So just make yourself comfortable in the corner and keep counting. And while that is happening, all the other parts of Beth are going to have an interesting experience of letting go, floating away, drifting, and experiencing something very unexpected as the conscious mind continues to focus on the numbers, counting one by one by one, without stopping, without skipping the numbers. Now I'd like you to experience yourself just becoming more and more aware of being pulled gently in the direction that feels welcoming, that feels good, a direction that will take you to the information that you need to know or would like to know. And it's not anything that your conscious mind needs to figure out, because your conscious mind has a task to perform, and it better be focused on it. Do not skip a number. And as all the other parts of you are being carried away, gently pulled, you find yourself unexpectedly being drawn into the emotions, feelings, experiences, visual images, visual cues, smells, sounds, just the knowings that you didn't know were there. It's almost as though they're beginning to come through that darkness, beginning to emerge, beginning to step forward. And you just allow them to come forward and present themselves to you. And so as you reach that place, that most appropriate time and place that you're guided to, tell me the first impressions that you get, or the first sensations or images that you receive.
It's like so weird. It's like an old time movie, like you see like flashes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what are those flashes?
I'm trying to explain it. I kind of saw it's gone now, but I was seeing almost like on a hill. It was like a castle almost.
Mm-hmm.
On a hill, but it was far away. It was in the distance. Yeah. Trying to make out what I'm seeing.
So just become aware again of that castle, or just of that sensation of being aware of the castle at a distance. And become more aware of your perspective on that castle, of where you are in relation to it.
I was far away. I was looking at it from a distance, like it was on a hill almost. And I was
So you're below it.
Yeah.
Okay. And just as you become more aware of that sensation, does it seem that there is something around you? Can you become aware of the things that are around you? Next to you, closer to you?
No, it's like the sky is like almost an orange color. And then the castle was black. And everything around it was black. It was like orange and black everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like flames. Like, you know, like a fire burning in the distance, and you see that orange glow.
Yeah.
Like that color.
And does it seem like it's daytime or nighttime?
I feel like it's the morning, you know, when the sun's rising.
Mm-hmm. And as you give more attention again to that distant castle, perhaps in the flames, how do you respond to that? How does it feel?
I didn't feel anything. It's more like an observation. I didn't feel drawn to it.
You do?
I did not feel drawn to it, no.
Okay. So you don't really care?
No.
Okay. Now, I'd like you to just look down at where your feet would be. Tell me what you notice wearing on your feet.
I don't see anything of myself. It's like I'm not there.
All right. Now, as you become more focused then on that distant vision,
It's gone.
you can just bring back the sensation of it. It doesn't have to be something you're looking at. It's almost like remembering a distant memory and realizing how it makes you feel, that it puts you into a certain state of mind or certain mood. And you almost don't have to see things unfolding. You just think of it and it drops you right there, right now. So as you think back to the distant castle or tower, I wonder if you can allow yourself to move closer to it. It doesn't have to be in space, but in awareness. almost like you're entering into that reality. And you're becoming more aware of what is happening. So tell me what you're experiencing.
I'm having a hard time getting there. I'm having a hard time bringing it back.
Okay. And if it floats away, that's perfectly fine. You might have another flash, another experience, another feeling that simply enters your awareness. Just allow yourself to go with it, knowing that every step takes you closer. Every step opens a door. And if you allow yourself, you can walk through that door and enter a world that is always there. And the more steps you take forward towards them, the safer you feel. Because it is okay for you right now to enter that world. For a little bit, you are completely safe, completely protected.
Is there any way you can knock my unconscious out? My conscious mind out? Because he's really fucking annoying.
I know. Just imagine that every thought that comes into your mind lands on a little white, fluffy cloud that drifts across the sky. Every single thought lands on a little cloud and just floats away. And just observe that quietly for a moment. The thoughts will continue to come, and you just put them on a cloud and watch them drift away. There is nothing you need to do to stop them. They will naturally float in and just as naturally float out. Do not attempt to block them or control them. Do not get angry at them or frustrated with them. They can float all they want. As naturally as they float in, they float out.
It's like I can't separate the two.
There is nothing that you need to separate. The information will come to you as it comes to you. The more you try to determine that it's from your conscious mind, the more you analyze it.
Yeah.
Stop questioning it. If it is from your conscious mind, allow it. There is nothing that will give you a clear indication that it is not from your conscious mind. So if you're looking for proof, you are not going to find it. You simply allow information to come to you, however it comes to you. No judgment whatsoever. As the thoughts come, they hop on a cloud and drift away. You acknowledge that they're there and you ship them off. No analysis, no judgment. Take the next thought and let it drift off. And then take this next thought and let it drift off. And then take the next thought and let it drift. There is no judgment or analysis or separation that is needed. As the clouds continue to float across the sky with your thoughts on them, allow that process to go on. Whether you hold that idea in the back of your mind, or you're actually observing it in the front of your mind, it will just continue to happen. And while that's happening, you may begin to notice out of the corner of your eye or out of the corner of your awareness that there is a new vision emerging, or the new knowing emerging, or the new scene emerging. The clouds are still floating. They're still picking up your thoughts. That is normal. Allow them to float away. Don't worry about them being there. They don't have the power to stop you if you don't give them that power. They are just the background noise that floats in and floats out. So just allow any new impression to come forward as we set the intention to reach the most appropriate time and place that can give you wisdom and information. And allow yourself to float along with those clouds into another time and place, just drifting and floating. Floating and drifting. And just allow yourself to begin to drift down as the clouds with your thoughts continue to run in the background. Picking up every thought and drifting away. Picking up the next thought and drifting away. And as you find yourself reaching some sort of surface or place, just tell me any impressions or any sensations or any knowing that comes to you first.
First thing I felt was my heartbeat picked up a bit, almost like anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Not seeing anything. I see kind of like, almost like sand particles all around me. There's nothing And I say it's sand because I kind of see some of them moving, but nothing's taking shape. There's no light, there's no darkness. It's like brown all around. I don't see anything, I don't smell anything. I just felt anxiousness.
Mm-hmm. I want you to know and feel the sensation of safety and peace surrounding you, enveloping you on all sides. I want you to know that you are completely safe, and that any information, anything that you will experience, you can experience as an observer, just watching it on TV, on the screen. To feel that deep, comforting, soothing sensation floating all through your body, enveloping you in a cocoon of safety. Feel your heartbeat slowing down. And even if you experience a sensation of slight anxiety, you will be able to observe it and still feel safe. And so as you connect with that sensation, allow the door to open up a little bit more, knowing that you are completely safe. And allow more sensations to come through, more awareness. And tell me the next impression that you get.
I don't feel nervous anymore. I feel calm.
Good.
I don't see anything. I don't feel anything. It's just, I'm relaxed.
Just, you can test your awareness and see if any other sensations come into your view, so to speak, not necessarily visual cues. But just having an intention that you're allowing the information to come through to you, that it is safe, that whatever decisions you made before about protecting yourself from the information, whatever pain might have been experienced before, whatever decisions were made, that you are releasing those bounds, you're releasing those ties, that you feel safe and comfortable, and you're now willing to open the door and allow that information to come through a little at a time, at the pace that is comfortable and that feels safe to you. Just in your mind, say that you're willing to receive the information and that you're choosing to release any decisions made before that would have kept you away from knowing, away from experiencing, away from observing, because you feel safe now and you're ready to open that door. Just see if you can experience any new sensations or impressions floating into your awareness.
Other than my stomach making noise, I don't see much.
And how are you feeling?
I feel calm. I feel like I'm an observer, just trying to figure out what's going on, but I don't. It's hard to explain. It's like you're just standing in a field of nothingness.
And that field of nothingness is once again can be a field of potentials. And so in your mind, let's set an intention that you're inviting, allowing the information, the awareness to come through. That you're releasing any barriers, decisions that were made before, that were intended to create a sense of safety and protection. That you no longer need them at this point because you feel calm and safe, and that you exercise your right to open the door. And you may simply invite the information to come to you versus you reaching for the information. In this field, in this space of nothingness, allow the nothingness to come to you and begin to speak, communicate, show. Allow it to take you to where it wishes to take you, knowing that there is no space in time where you are. So all of it happens within your awareness, not really within any physical space. And so as you give permission to this field of nothingness to take you where it needs to lead you, just surrender and remain open and receptive, feeling safe, and just report whatever impressions or sensations you experience.
I feel like I'm on the verge of seeing something, experience something, but I can't quite get there. I feel that the intention is still there, but it's not as strong as it was.
The intention?
I feel like I'm blocking myself, but it's not as strong as it once was.
Wonderful. So just continue to affirm that you're letting go of any prior commitments and decisions that you made that were intended to keep you safe and at peace. And just feel them perhaps thinning out, melting away, fading into light. And as they fade away, those decisions dissolve any barriers, any blockages, any curtains, any veils that were holding you from experiencing what you needed to experience. Trusting that only the information that is safe for you right now and that is appropriate for you right now will be presented to you. Experience yourself perhaps floating and drifting, or just observing. Just allow your awareness to begin to pick up new sensations, new experiences, as though a new reality begins to emerge all around you. It is as though you were always there, but the reality around you begins to burst and emerge into view, whether you see it with your eyes or sense it with your knowing. And as this reality continues to take shape, let me know what you experience. It may be just a change in colors.
Yes, that's all it is.
And what are you experiencing?
Well, it was black before, and now it's like a light orange.
Does it seem like the same orange that you saw before from the flames?
No, it's a softer, like a golden orange, and it's just all around me. I see nothing else. I don't sense anything else.
And so this orange color, does it give you any feeling or sensation as it surrounds you?
No.
Okay.
I don't feel any different.
Right. And so, as you continue now to drift through this orange color, continue to assert your intention of letting go of releasing any binds, any promises, any decisions that were made before at any level of consciousness, in any time frame, in the flow of time, in any direction, in any incarnation, in any dimension, in any reality. Decisions that had the intention of keeping you safe, but produced the result of blocking you from information. And as you release those decisions, you may once again experience a shift. And as you become aware of that shift, new things will begin to emerge in or around you. Tell me what shifts.
Just white now. I'm only seeing colors. I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm at the level I'm supposed to be. But I don't feel like I'm getting what I need.
Well, there is also a value judgment. So I want you to just relax into the light of that color. And allow them to communicate to you in whatever way is the most appropriate. What the significance of being within those colors means. Do not assess it with your conscious mind. Let us assume that there is meaning and significance in the colors through which you're floating. Allow them to communicate to you why you are brought into those experiences. Relax and let go of the expectations. Know that whatever you are experiencing is the most appropriate for this moment in your journey. And you may begin to have a knowing that just pops into your mind of what the current color is doing for you at an energetic level. And as the first thought comes to you, just speak it.
First word that popped into my head was healing.
Mm-hmm.
But then my consciousness was saying, you're an idiot.
Well, you can let it speak to you, or you can just hang it on a cloud and let it drift away. Because I am not concerned right now with what your conscious mind can come up with. but I'm also not concerned that it comes up with something. There is no judgment. Whatever else it has to say to you, put it on the cloud and float it away. That's all the response that it will get from you. So let's ask, what is it that is being healed?
Energy.
It's a healing energy.
I said. It's like a light blue, shades of purple.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where the black comes in sometimes. Purple fades to black. It's starting to.
And so these colors, they are all healing.
It's the only word I got.
Mm-hmm. Good. Trust it. Go with it. Allow it. The more you allow, the more awareness comes. Allow your body now to accept the healing that is given it, knowing that the frequency of the light is doing the work that is needed for your body. As you allow the healing, you may even experience or express gratitude, knowing that the light is there for you. Notice how things shift. And as the healing continues, keep the intention that when it is appropriate and possible, you would like to allow more sensations to come through, knowing that the healing that is necessary has been done. As your soul, your mind, and your body heal, there is an energetic opening that is created, a portal that allows you to have access to more information. So how are things progressing?
It's hard to explain. I see pictures almost, but then they're engulfed by like a flame. Like a picture will pop up very vague, ghostly, and then it's consumed by a flame. And then another one will pick, and then it's consumed by a flame. And it's really difficult for me to see what the original picture was before it's consumed by the flame. Like it's almost like you see a face, but you don't recognize the face, and then it's consumed by a flame. And then it was like a dragon, and it's consumed by a flame.
So we're going to ask then the flames to give us a moment of pause. Whether the flames represent purification or destruction, we ask that the flames pause or slow down for a moment so that you have more access to those images, experiences, and sensations that are being consumed by the flames. It is almost as though time will slow down enough so that you can see or experience what comes to you before it is dissolved. What comes to you?
Trying to make it out. It's hard to see.
Is it too far away?
No, it's like... Sorry, that's what I was afraid of. I was trying to concentrate so hard on seeing it that my eyes opened.
It's okay. You don't need to use your eyes to know.
I feel like that I always use them, so it's hard to...
I know. But now you're going to switch to knowing, and the knowing will give you impressions. So as you reach for clarity, just with your awareness, the images, if you need to see them, will come to you because you have the power to manipulate the reality within your mind. You can enlarge the image. You can change the light to make it brighter. You can even zoom in. You don't have to reach for it. You can bring it to you. And you don't even have to reach with your intention. You just say, "Come to me." And you become aware of it. You just know. You can also float, fly. You can appear anywhere you need to be, above or below. There is nothing limiting you. You are consciousness that has access to unlimited information. Any beliefs that you are limited in how you can perceive were created by you. They are false. They were created to keep you safe. They are false. Allow the barriers to fall away. You can stop time. You can slow down. You can reverse it if you choose to. You can bring reality to you or zoom out from it. Take that power back. Anything else is false. Feel that sense of safety and that sense of power growing within you. And now choose to have new sensations, the most appropriate information come flooding your awareness. And then tell me the first impression that you get.
I feel like I was working in the wrong section of my brain. Am I trying to connect to the right one? Almost like a computer. I'm working with the wrong database.
And what is the right database?
I haven't found it. It's like it hasn't been tapped.
And then you find out that you didn't need the computer at all. If you keep looking within the computer for the right file, you're still working with the belief that it is only through your computer that you will access the right information. And now become aware that a computer is just a tool that you were channeling your own power through, and that you never needed the computer to begin with. Let go of the need to figure out how you're going to get something, the way to channel it, the steps to take. Let go of everything you have ever known or believed. Allow all of that to drift away on a giant cloud. Nothing is needed. Nothing is required. It is already all there. But if you expect certain tools, expect a certain way, then you will not accept other tools or other ways. Allow that any tool or no tool is just the right way to access it. That you may know things just because you are. That you may have answers just because you ask. That you may have an awareness just because you are consciousness. And then allow sensations and images to begin to form. And as they form, accept them for what they are. Because the more you accept, the more you allow. And the more you allow, the more you accept. And what are you experiencing?
I'm not.
Where?
Just trying to let go. I'm having a hard time letting go.
Letting go of what?
Myself.
Well, you don't need to let go of yourself.
No, this self. I'm having a hard time letting go of this self.
Yeah, it's alright. You don't have to let go of it. Because you can have parallel experiences. You can allow the experience to come to self. If the self doesn't want to leave, include it. Just say, let's go together. You don't want to leave. You don't want to count the stars and the numbers. Come on, we'll go together. And you will experience the fullness of what's out there. And so with your full awareness, you may find that as I count from 5 down to 0, on the count of 0, there will be an explosion of awareness. There will be a shift. Something will open up or begin to form or begin to come towards you. At all times you will be safe and protected. And so all you need to do is just allow whatever comes and just become aware of it. 5, 4, just drifting, knowing that you're being taken there. 3, letting go while at the same time bringing yourself along. 2, 1, and 0. What is the first impression that you get?
Clouds.
What do they look like, or what do they feel like?
Making out a picture from the clouds. Something's coming from the clouds.
Something is coming from the clouds?
Yeah. Still that orange color again. Always orange.
Is it the color that's coming?
No, it's almost like it was a shape that was forming from the clouds. The first thing that popped into my mind is like almost like a Greek god, but I couldn't make it out. That's just the thought that came into my mind.
And as this shape descending from the clouds, has it reached you? Is it coming towards you?
It was coming towards me. I no longer see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was. It was like almost like a Zeus, like a Greek god.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw.
Tap into the sensation, the feeling. Did you have any specific feeling about?
I knew him. I knew who it was, but I don't know who it was. But I felt like I knew who it was.
It felt familiar?
Yeah.
Like you have seen it before?
Yeah.
Before?
But I don't know who it is.
And it's alright.
It's no longer there. I'm just going off my memory.
Mm-hmm. So, what you just experienced is a wonderful example of just letting yourself have the information come to you.
Okay.
You can do it. Now you can allow yourself to bring back the image or the experience, and as though step into it again and continue, because it is already there. You just need to step back into it. You can do that, or you can allow other experiences to come to you, other sensations. You can also imagine that whoever it was that you knew simply now moves towards you or comes into your view again.
I sense a wolf. I don't know why, but I sense a wolf. I saw again, the orange, that weird orange color.
And
where's
the wolf?
It was just an image of a wolf that kind of came to me when I was trying to get back to that Greek figure. The wolf came instead.
And did the wolf give you any kind of sensation?
Friendly.
Friendly, good.
Yeah.
Can you get a greater sense of it?
Makes me, I feel sad. I don't know why I feel sad.
Is that a wolf that you also know?
I guess so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a loss. I don't know why. Just feelings.
Yeah, you don't have to question why. Just tap into it. And the more you tap into it, the more it will come to you. As you feel that loss, you will feel yourself being drawn to the experiences, to the knowing of what it is that you lost. As you feel a wave of comfort floating through your body, relaxing every muscle, filling every muscle with warmth, safety, and comfort, relaxing you, releasing, so that you simply tap into the knowing, but still feel very comfortable and relaxed. So what are you sensing about the wolf or the loss?
It was just a profound sadness after I saw it. I started to think about it. there was nothing other than grief.
And allow this grief just pour out. So as I touch your forehead right here, just feel it opening up, as well as the center of your chest here. Just feel it opening up. And you're beginning to vent all that grief, that deep pain that has been held inside. This deep loss, as you simply release it from yourself and allow the universe to take it, transmute it, change it into different color. Allow the Creator to take it. Release that heavy weight from you that you have been carrying deep inside your soul. As it floats out of you, there's a beautiful healing light that comes in to replace it. Healing light of a color that feels the most comforting and healing to you. Just feel that grief draining from you. Being replaced by the beautiful healing light. And you may experience a sense of lightness, feeling of release, feeling of letting go. And along with it, maybe even clearer sensations or clearer images that help you understand how that grief came to be. Without questioning, without analyzing. Just reporting the sensations or experiences.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm hearing. I can't breathe now. Native American. That's what I'm hearing.
You're hearing the words Native American?
Yes.
Okay. And as you're hearing those words, just become aware of the wolf, if it was
Be hearing spirit animal.
Mm-hmm. And so if it was a spirit animal, how did it come to interact with you?
Seeing it walking towards me, like I'm up here, but it's walking towards me.
Mm-hmm. Allow it to come and approach you.
Hearing guide.
Speak to it. Welcome it. You may even express how glad you are to see it.
I do love it. I can't see it, but I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you need. And it will communicate to you.
I'm not sad crying, it's like love.
ask it. Ask it if it's guiding you in this life experience as well.
It says yes.
And ask it how you can receive guidance from it in a way that you will be certain that you're connecting.
Say nature. I don't know what about nature.
Ask it. Ask it.
Be with nature. I forgot. That's what it's telling me. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. You forgot how to connect.
Yeah. That's what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel ashamed.
And why is that?
It's not meant to be.
And are you ready and willing to begin to remember the things that you forgot?
I think so.
We're going to ask this guide to show you and help you begin to remember, knowing that you are safe and loved deeply. Are there things that it can bring you that will help you remember what you have forgotten?
I don't know why squirrel keeps coming into my head. The squirrel just keeps coming into my head.
Mm-hmm. Well, they live in the forest. Was there a time when you were close with nature?
Yeah, I lived. I could tell. I don't know exactly what, but I could tell I lived nature.
And allow yourself to tap into that experience almost like you're jumping into the pool. Just being sucked into that. Just go with that sensation, that feeling. Experience yourself being in nature. Tell me the sensations or visions or images that you get.
It's like playing, a lot of playing, a lot of freedom. Feel a sense of lightness, playfulness, a lot of running around.
Are you in a male or female body?
Female, little girl.
Mm-hmm. And are you alone, or is there?
Yeah, I'm alone with animals.
What
I
animals?
sense that there are other people nearby, but I don't know where they are. I'm not worried about it. I'm just playing in the forest, running around.
What animals are around you?
Can't really see. I know there's a squirrel. Can't really see them. I just know they're there. It's almost like hide and seek. That's the trees.
Do they play with you or just observe you?
No. It's like they're playing with observing. It's almost like they're watching me play and I can sense their amusement.
Do you come there often?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nearby.
Do you live there or do you live with other human people?
I live with other human people, but I don't like to be with them. I like to be here.
So, as you become more aware of the scene around you, Can you tell me what you notice?
Lots of trees. They're tall. There's like dried leaves on the ground. Not much greenery because it's like very dense forest.
Does it feel warm or cool?
No, it's like not hot, uncomfortable. Like spring. Fall. It's not summer.
And I'd like you to become aware of your body and notice what you're wearing on your body.
It's more like I'm observing. I'm not in the body. But I see her. She's got black hair. It's dark. Very dark. It's hard to see what exactly she's wearing, but I sense it's...
How long is her hair?
Oh, it's long. It's like to her shoulder, like right here. Here.
Her chest?
Yeah. She doesn't have a chest.
No.
She's young.
Okay. So, as I count to 3, you're going to see yourself standing in front of the place where this little girl lives, or where you live. You may observe her from the outside, or you may find that you just become her. 1, 2, and 3. Place where she lives. Just tell me what you see.
Lots of teepees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing them as much as I'm sensing them.
Right.
And I just like instinctually know that they're there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. People. Horses. I see horses. Yeah. There's my favorite. It's a pinto. I like that one. There's probably 12, getting 12 about structures.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we move a lot, not there a lot. We're there now for a while. We'll move.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been there now?
I don't know. Enough. I'm getting enough to know the woods.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
So go to the teepee that is your home. And as you enter it, tell me what you see inside. Or what you know inside.
Fire. There's in the middle. There's sensing there's a fire in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Blankets around the outside. Nobody's in it. It's empty.
And who lives in this teepee with you?
My mom. I don't remember anybody else. Just us.
Okay. Do you have a dad?
I don't know.
Okay. And just become aware if there is a father in your life, or what happened to him.
Died.
How did he die?
Getting arrow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. And on the count of 3, you're going to see yourself having a meal. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're experiencing.
We're all together. Everyone. Together outside. A larger...
Whole tribe?
Yeah. Around a fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like rice. I get the sense there's meat, but I'm not eating it. I'm just eating the rice. It's not rice, it's like porridge, kind of.
How are you eating it?
My hand. I'm eating by my hand. Like scooping it. I'm like scooping it with my hand.
From a bowl or something?
Yes. Yeah, it's a bowl.
Okay.
It's pretty bowls. I don't know why I know this, but it's a bowl. It's got like white triangles almost on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it's
how?
peaceful.
Go ahead.
It's just peaceful. That's how I feel. Community.
So you said before that you don't like being with people.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm getting hurt. They hurt you.
How do you get hurt?
I'm getting like sadness is coming over.
Mm-hmm. And just go with it. It will take you to the experience that you need to remember.
They're cruel. People are cruel.
What do they do that's cruel?
They hurt you. Especially little girls. I don't want to talk about it.
It's all right. You're going to envision a beautiful column of light that's going to descend on you and surround you on all sides. It will hold you safe and at peace. Whatever information you allow yourself to access will not harm you in any way, physically, mentally, or emotionally. You will feel completely safe and protected. And if you allow yourself to know what you experienced, you can then choose to release it and let it go, so that you don't carry it with you anymore. But it is up to you. So I want you to just see if you will allow yourself to know what it is that makes people cruel.
I'm hearing cannibalism.
Okay. Is it the people in your tribe?
Yeah. That's why I don't eat the meat. That's what I'm hearing.
And why do they choose to eat other people?
They're assholes. That's what popped in my head.
Is that their meat of preference, or is there no other meat available?
It's not meat of preference, but they can't eat the horse because they need the horse. So they have to. But I don't want to.
Okay, you don't have to.
That's why I don't eat it.
Right, I understand. And where do they get the meat that they eat?
They kill them.
Who do they kill?
Their own people.
Their own, from their own tribe?
Yeah.
How do they choose whom to kill?
Because they're not useful.
So they choose who's not useful and kill them?
Yes.
How do they identify who's useful?
They can perform. They can help this community.
What skills do they find useful?
Hunting.
So they do hunt for animals?
Yeah. Not successful. Not many. I think that's why the animals enjoy me, but they won't play with me.
So, do only men hunt or women as well?
No. They don't think women are skilled. I'm getting that. They're not good for that. That's what I'm sensing.
So would they only kill the men to eat?
Yeah, they need the women there to make more people. So they only kill men.
I see.
That's what I'm sensing.
So do they do it regularly or only when they have somebody that's not really...
I'm sensing sacrifice.
Oh,
Getting sacrifice.
And who are they sacrificing to?
Yeah. No. Word God is popping into my head, but I don't feel like it's right, because God wouldn't want that.
Well, God may not, definitely doesn't want that, but they may believe that that's what God wants.
Yes. Feels right.
So they sacrifice to God for what reason? What do they want back?
What I'm feeling is, and I don't know if this is because I'm a kid, but I'm feeling like they are punishing those that are not effective by choosing them to be the sacrifice. Like they didn't perform, they didn't live up to who God expected them to be and who they needed to be, so they have to be sacrificed.
Do they ask for something from God?
Somebody better.
Oh, I see. Do they ever sacrifice children or only grown men?
I don't sense children. And I'm hearing not enough meat.
So they sacrifice the men to God, but then they eat the meat?
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I won't eat it.
So I want you to direct your attention to your mom. Just become aware of where she is.
Okay.
And become aware of how she responds to this. Or if she talks to you about it.
I have a feeling that that's what happened to my dad. So, I get the feeling that she doesn't, I wouldn't say I don't care, but indoctrinated that is what it is. She seems a little sad, but she also seems relieved that she doesn't have to have any more kids. She doesn't want to. She had me, and I was a girl, and she was thankful I wasn't a boy.
Why was she thankful?
Because she doesn't want him to be sacrificed. At least with a girl, I'm safe. But I, unfortunately, will be touched. That's what I'm getting. But that's safer.
You said that you will be touched?
Yeah, but she said, I'm getting that at least that's safer than being a boy.
And by touched, what do you mean?
It means I'm going to have kids. I don't want kids.
You don't want kids
No.
either? Why is that?
Because the same thing will happen to them. What's the point? That's how I feel.
Okay. And so, even though your mother accepts that this is how it is, and that it's okay, she doesn't want to really
Correct.
be exposed to it.
But you have no choice. It is what it is.
Right. And so during the day, what do? You go into the woods?
Yeah, I get to play, but I do have to do chores, I guess. I have to help with food and cleaning.
What kind of things do you have to do?
I'm getting like lots of washing. Lots of washing. I have to find water and wash. And the bowls, I have to wash that.
Washing the bowls or the clothes?
Both, yeah. But I'm feeling myself and seeing myself cleaning bowls, but I know I have to do clothing and blankets.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can play when I do that after, but not till after.
And do you have other children in the tribe or in the village?
Yeah, but I don't play with them. I like to be by myself.
Why do you not play with other kids?
Oh, I don't feel like I trust them. I like to be by myself.
Become aware of why you don't trust them.
Because they're going to be like everybody else. I don't like them.
Do other kids ever, or do you ever talk to other kids about not liking?
Yeah, you can't talk about it.
What would happen if you do?
Yeah. I don't want to say shunned, but you're disciplined.
How would you be disciplined?
No food. Hitting. Mom will get in trouble.
Your mom will get in trouble?
Yeah, she'll get in trouble.
How will she get in trouble?
I'm getting kicked out. I'm not getting... I don't think she'd get sacrificed. It's just not good. You just don't talk about it. You don't talk about how you feel.
Okay. So on the count of 3, you're going to move to the next significant moment in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
Huh? I don't see anyone. This orange is back. I just see orange again.
And just become aware of where you are. What do you feel or sense around you?
Fire. I don't know why.
Are you
In it.
You're in the fire?
It's like it's around me.
So as your awareness grows, you will begin to get a clearer sensation.
No, it's not around me. It's in the distance. It's like I ran away. I feel like I'm by myself. Like I was by myself. And now they're all gone.
Where did you run away from?
I get the sense that I wasn't there when it happened. That I was away. And now the fire took over the camp. I'm hearing, or sensing I'm hearing, yelling, like they were ambushed. I think they were ambushed. I wasn't there. Everything's gone. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to, because then I'll be gone too. So I'm pulling away from the orange.
Now you will begin to gain greater awareness, and you will just know who it is that ambushed them and why the village was burned down.
I'm getting, I don't know why, but I can't see them, but I'm hearing colonialism.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why we kept being moving, we kept being pushed. There was no food because they were taking it. That's why so they want us gone. They don't want us there. That's what I'm getting.
So get a sense of who it was that...
They're in blue. I'm getting blue. They're wearing blue.
As in uniforms?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting blue uniforms.
Okay. And is everybody killed in the village?
Yes. My horse. Gone.
Your horse is gone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And what did you decide to do?
I don't have anything.
So as you shift forward in time a little bit, just become aware of what you do next.
I stay in the forest. I get the feeling I just die there, alone. Because I don't eat meat. I won't eat them. I won't eat them.
And so there is nobody keeping you company?
Not by myself.
Okay. So just allow yourself to take that last breath, and very gently and peacefully your soul will lift out of your body and hover above. And as you're hovering above, you will look back at that life and begin to get a greater perspective so you can see a bigger picture. How do you feel about that life that you just left?
Sad. Sucked.
And become aware of, on a soul level, what was the purpose for that experience for you? What did you want to learn from it?
That being alone doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. You can get away from people, but they always find you. You were going to die either way. You're just dying alone. Taking yourself away from humanity doesn't make you better than them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting.
So as your soul continues to lift higher and higher, feeling more peaceful, letting go of that human experience. There may be someone waiting for you, welcoming you back. As your awareness returns back to your true identity, to your true being. Just become aware of anybody or anything.
It's a Greek god, dude. He's got a beard. That's what I saw before.
Uh-huh. And does he look familiar again?
Yeah, he's grandfatherly.
Yeah. So allow him to welcome you back in whatever way that feels most appropriate, either with a hug or however else.
Doesn't hug me, but he gives me a smile.
Okay. And he will take you on a little walk, maybe. and begin to remind you of the things that you have forgotten. And begin to answer your questions. And begin to remind you of how the two of you know each other and what your relationship is.
Getting Athens. But he's telling me my purpose is to love everybody, everything. You can't do that if you separate yourself from them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to show love, even when it's hard.
Was that specifically the purpose of that life?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is he your guide just in that life or in others?
I feel like he's always been.
Okay. So when he refers to Athens, is that an experience that both of you shared in physical life?
Yeah. Yeah. We were there together. That's our first. That's when we were first met.
Mm-hmm.
We were close. He was my guide there, but in the physical sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so he remains and he keeps that form because it's what I remember. I associate him with.
Do you ever serve as a guide to him when he incarnates?
I'm getting no, that I'm getting he's higher than I am.
Okay. All right. Is there any other message that he wants to give you before we let him go?
I feel like he's slapping me upside the head and telling me I'm an idiot.
Well, that's interesting. And why does he do that?
Because he said you keep forgetting.
And that's why you're here now, to remember, isn't it? So what is it that you have forgotten?
He said you keep forgetting who you are.
And as he begins to help you remember, what are you getting?
It's that I am love, I'm from love. Mm-hmm. I am loved.
Mm-hmm. So this forgetting, has it been going on for a while?
Yes.
How many lifetimes have you been going through it now?
I've got 300, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Mm-hmm. Ask him if there is a particular lesson that is still continuing into this current lifetime. Is it all about just loving and not separating yourself, or is there anything else is there another strand that you're following?
I am getting that, yeah.
But loving.
I keep pulling away from. I keep putting a guard up. I can't accept love. It's easier with animals. Always has been.
So this separation, or this putting a guard up, does it start in the lifetime you have just left? Was that the
Yes.
original point?
I'm getting yes.
Okay. I wonder if
It's cruel.
Right. And I want to ask him to present that life to you and the behavior of those people to you from a soul perspective, so you can begin to understand them, their limited understanding, their beliefs that were holding them back.
There was so much change going on. There's a lot of fear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Fear is a low frequency emotion. And love is a higher frequency emotion. So you can't really experience love when you live in fear, can you?
Right.
So if you understand that they were living within this low frequency consciousness, can you understand why they were behaving that way?
Yes.
And do you understand that when you live in a higher frequency vibration, that you will not experience those lower frequency behaviors from humans?
Logically, yes. It's hard to separate.
Right. And so I'm going to ask him, and by the way, what name does he go by?
I keep getting Zeus, but I feel like it's more of a joke than his actual name.
Okay, well, we can call him Zeus for now. I want to ask him to help you truly release the energy of that lifetime that continues to ripple through and hold you back. Almost like there is a rope or a string that's tied to you energetically, and it just holds you back. As you attempt to move forward, it holds you back because there was such a strong belief that human beings are cruel in nature. As you understand that they were cruel within that time period, I wonder if he can even show you the same souls within your tribe in different incarnations, so you can see that they become quite different. That is unusual for you to see other people's future lives, but I wonder if he can show you their other life experiences.
I don't know why, but I'm getting one is a drug addict, homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is. I just picture him.
Okay.
And I feel like that my mom figure that was my mom figure in this life. And almost like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like that she didn't protect me then. She couldn't, and she still can't. That's why she left.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they haven't, some of them, at least the ones I'm seeing, are holding on to whatever that happened then. They haven't released it. Haven't grown. It's sad.
Exactly. And of course, it is everyone's choice to hold on to things or to let them go. Are you ready to let them go?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm going to ask Zeus to step in and do on his end whatever is necessary to help you open your Akashic record, open your soul, and begin to vent out and release the energy, the beliefs, the memories, the experiences that are no longer serving you, that have been stored and held on to for all this time. As I touch the center of your chest, I'm opening the heart center on this end, and I want Zeus to work on his end, and the other side of the veil, to help you to begin to release it. It was a sad, traumatic experience. But at this point you have learned what you needed to learn from it. And it does not help you to carry that pain with you all these lifetimes later. You can hold on to the knowing, to the learning, but you can release the pain, the hurt, the trauma, and the beliefs that were formed as a result of it, that are not helping you now, that are not in alignment with your soul goals right now. And tell me what he's doing on his side.
He's got like a staff, and he just kind of banged it on the ground.
He banged it on the ground?
Yeah, he just kind of went like that.
And what did it do?
He just said it's done.
Good. Now, how's your body feeling?
Spent. But lighter.
So we're going to bring in healing energy again. Healing and energizing. That's going to fill in all the spaces that were left empty as you release the old energy. This is the energy that will help you get that sensation of being energized back, feeling lighter, not only physically but emotionally. How is that going? Good. So I wonder if I can ask Zeus a few more questions since he's there.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask about the wolf. Is that a guide that Beth has, or?
He's saying a friend.
Is it a friend from that life?
Yeah.
So when Beth wants to connect with her guides and her soul family, can she just talk to you? And
he says picture the wolf.
Okay. Is there any other way that she can connect? Because that's one of her questions.
He keeps saying she knows what to do.
Can you tell me what to do?
He says she let go of what was holding her back. She shouldn't have problems.
Okay, good, thank you. Now, there are things that she wants to be able to do, is to connect with intuitive information, do healing, and she felt that she was something was holding her back. Was it all from this lifetime, from this experience?
It wasn't all from that, he says. Some of that was internal blocking. She didn't want to feel things.
Why did she not want to feel things?
It hurt her. Too many strong emotions. Overwhelming.
Will she be able to experience it easier now?
Practice, he says, but yes.
Okay. And so So she has a hard time allowing herself to be loved or letting herself be loved. As she releases that energy from that lifetime and remembers now that she is love, is that going to shift?
She'll be able to show it more, but she still needs to understand that she's worthy of it.
And how can we help her do that? Would there be other lifetimes that she needs to revisit? Or is it just a matter of getting used to the idea?
He's saying no lifetimes, just she needs to allow it, to recognize and remember who she is, who she comes from.
Is it just a matter of setting the intention?
I'm getting that.
Okay. So I wonder if there is a connection from that life to the pattern that Beth has, where she doesn't have consistency or follow through on the things that she starts.
She's held back by fear.
Okay. And the fear comes from that life?
Yes.
And has the fear been released now, or is it still in her?
I feel like there's still some there, but most of it's gone.
Okay. So can I help Zeus to pinpoint it, or kind of locate where it is and see if he can work on it from his end?
I'm getting failure. I'm getting fear of failure.
Right. That's usually what it is. Was there another life experience where she gained that belief that once she completes something?
I'm getting that every time I have a life, I feel like I failed.
Why is that?
Because I have to keep having the lives. I have to keep going back. Because I keep failing.
Okay. And what does Zeus have to say about that?
He says that's life. He's gonna, I don't want to say done with me, but it's kind of like, we've had this conversation before sort of thing.
So I wonder when you...
Exasperated, that's the word. He's exasperated.
So I wonder when you think about your children in this life and they went to school and they would complete a year of school and then the next year they will return back to school again. How did you feel about them as they kept moving on to the next year of school?
Proud.
You mean you didn't feel that they failed?
No.
But they returned back for another year again.
They're growing.
Exactly.
I get it, intellectually. Emotionally, it's harder to accept.
Mm-hmm. And so does Zeus have any suggestions? Maybe I should slap you upside the head on this.
He's saying I need to get over myself.
Uh-huh.
I think too much. I need to let go.
Now, does your soul have an option to not return to Earth if it chose to?
I'm getting no.
And why is that?
Because he says I'm still so much to learn.
Okay.
He's laughing at me.
So you have so much to learn because there is more to learn,
yeah,
or because you've failed everything you have ever tried?
No, he says I'm too young. Like, you got a long way to... I'm getting you've got a long way to go, kid.
Okay.
I'm like swearing.
So Are you being forced to come here against your will?
No, I just know I'm not going to ever progress if I don't come back.
Okay. And so, is it okay for you to just come here and just see if you can learn some more every time?
Yeah, it says it's the fastest way and easiest way.
Mm-hmm. And can he show you the progress that you've made? Because when we are in sort of school day to day, we don't really notice just the span of knowledge that we've learned. Can he give you some example of the things that...
He's showing me, and I get that sense. I get the sense that this is one of the longest lives I've had. In the sense that I haven't lived this long in other lives.
Oh. Why is that?
Disease. The times just never lived that long. And that in this lifetime I've been able to grow more because I was able to live longer.
So are you getting a sense of the progress that you have made?
Yeah.
And an understanding that as you come back, it's not a punishment, or it's not sort of starting from scratch, it's actually moving on to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it possible then to relax into the experience?
Yes.
Okay. And as you relax in it, would it become easier then to finish things? Because then, first of all, you know you have time in this lifetime to complete them.
I still feel like time is short. I don't know why. But yes.
Well, you have always had short lives. It sounds like you always ran out of time.
That makes sense.
Can he confirm that, if that's where it's coming from? Or?
He's just looking at me like I'm an idiot.
Okay, Zeus, be nice. So, can I ask him if that is, this feeling of shortness of time?
I'm getting Captain Obvious keeps popping into my head. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm getting. That I should have realized that.
Okay. And so in this life, you do have time.
Yes, I do.
And you can allow yourself to begin to complete certain things.
I'm getting full circle. That's what keeps coming to my head, full circle.
Mm-hmm. And what does he mean by that?
That you'll see things come full circle in this lifetime.
Completion.
Yes.
That's
When
wonderful.
you started, you were able to finish.
That's wonderful.
And on to the next one, he says after that. And I'm just like, ugh.
So I want to really connect now. I want to ask to bring your higher self into this conversation. Because I want you to really, if it's willing to come forward, I want you to really feel yourself on a different level and understand that these perceptions at a human level are different from how the soul feels, how the higher self feels. So as I invite, can the higher self come forward and speak with us as well?
I'm getting yes.
Okay. So you may have a sense or a visual or just a knowing that the higher self is there. And I really want to ask you, the higher self, to show Beth a different view of life, a different perception I want you to see how you view her human experience, how you view this opportunity to come to Earth and try things out, and the progress that you're making.
Being shown a flower that is started off at nothing but is blooming.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that. That's what I'm getting.
And what is the meaning of that?
It starts off so slow and tedious, but in actuality you're blooming into whom you're supposed to be. And you don't see it because you're growing until the flower starts forming and the fragrance starts to show. And then towards the end of that, I'm starting to bloom. And they're showing me that I'm a flower.
Are you in the stage of the flower?
The bud. Yeah.
And how does that change your feeling or perception of life?
I still have a lot to give. But it's progress. It's the cycle. And it's going to be beautiful.
And how does the higher self feel about these life opportunities that it gets? Does it see it as tedious kind of
adventure? I'm getting adventure.
So does it feel excited about them?
Yeah. It likes the opportunity to grow and bloom.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
In your body? So intensified right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you can approach this life with the same sense of adventure.
And thankfulness.
Mm-hmm. And can you, the higher self, tell Beth how she's doing in this life? Is she on track?
She's in a rough start. But back on track. Something about the soil is rotten, but it's been planted in better soil, and so now it's starting to bloom.
Good. Now she's concerned about kind of, I guess, failing again and not sort of taking the right steps. Can you tell her how you view her progress? Can she fail?
I'm getting there's no failure here, that she's always got her guides. She's doing fine. I'm getting stay the course.
Good, thank you. So when I ask about some of the physical issues Beth has experienced throughout her life, the digestive and sinus issues, could you help her understand where those are coming from?
I'm getting fear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the digestive issues are rooted in fear, anxiety.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm getting sinus and fire. But that's what I'm getting. I'm associating fire and sinus together.
Okay. And the fire is that from that life?
That's what I'm getting.
Okay. And so I wonder if you can have an image of the fire just dying down, as though you pour water on it and just calms down, dies down. The fire that is destructive, that can hurt, that can destroy. As it calms down, the sinus blockages that she has experienced or inflammations. Calm down as well and clear away. As the smoke is cleared from the fire, so are all the sinus issues. I'm going to ask the higher self also to check on it and scan her body and see if there's anything that needs to be addressed in terms of the sinus issues.
I'm getting it's going to, a lot of damage. It's going to take some time.
Okay, well, I know that the higher self can do really miraculous, quick healing. So I wonder if you can at least speed it up.
Try. It's getting better.
Of course. So as you continue to work on her sinuses, with the digestive system, as the fear is released, is that going to improve as well?
Yeah, she produces too much acid.
Okay.
From her thoughts. She's got to calm her thoughts and it'll calm her stomach.
Okay. Is there anything else that can be done in this moment?
She's calmed it.
Good. So, in fact, since we're working with her body right now, I wonder if you can just do the full scan of the body and see if there's anything else that needs attention.
There's a lot in her brain.
Okay. What can we do about that?
She's soothing it. They get inflammation.
There's quite a lot of that orange color of the fire that she kept seeing and experiencing. Is that connected to just the inflammation in her body?
Yeah.
So what is another color that can begin to soothe that orange?
The blue.
Okay, so can you bring blue into her body and just begin to calm it down? Anything else that needs attention?
No.
How is her sinuses?
Cleared.
Beautiful, thank you. Now, just a couple of things that I wanted to check on. So the experience that she had with her mother, who abandoned her in childhood, was there, what was their soul contract? What was the reason that her mother left her? I understand that she couldn't protect her just like she couldn't do it in that.
She needed to feel like she wasn't loved.
Okay, and why was that important?
Because she needed to still be able to love even if she felt unloved.
Okay. So that is her purpose in this life, to really remember who she is and remember that she can love.
Yes.
And allow others close.
Yes.
Good. And the experience with her first husband, What was the sole agreement between them?
I'm getting that was cut.
Why
That
was it
contract was cut. She cut it. I cut it.
Okay.
He was... I'm getting not easy, but... I'm getting security. Temporary. He was just temporary.
So what was his purpose in that temporary arrangement?
It was an experience, just temporary experience.
Okay. All right. And can you give Beth an idea of how many lives she has been on Earth? Or perhaps how long she has been?
I'm just getting 300, but I don't think it's 300 lives. I think it's more like years. Yeah, it's about 300 years, but I'm getting closer to the 350, not the mid-range 300, not the lower range 300.
Well, I think that Athens were way before 300 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still getting 300.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Right. That's fine. Now, before we let both of you go, Zeus and the higher self, I want to give you both an opportunity to give a message directly to Beth. Now that she is open and receptive and paying full attention to you. If you have something else to say, please speak to her.
Get rooted in nature. Connect with people. Your energy will help them. I'm also getting chill out. That was from Zeus.
I figured.
That's it.
Thank you. So now I'm going to ask Zeus and any other guides, as well as the higher self, to recede to where they belong with much love and thanks for the help and information that they have given Beth today. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you click on the bell, you will be notified of any of my future postings. Thank you. Bye.